In today's interconnected society, the desire to be always online, always up to date, and quick to respond has its downsides. Increasingly, our phones are becoming portals into addictive media streams with endless reels, memes, videos, news, and emails. It's enough to drive some people mad, and this is where some people turn to digital minimalism. Digital minimalism has once again become a trending topic among a growing group of people, and for good reason. Escaping the constant urge to check status updates, read news, and at the same time avoiding any of the latest movie and TV spoilers seems very inviting. For some, it's a transition they're happy to make. I've been curious about freeing myself from my growing smartphone addiction and its hypnotic pull. With all of this in mind, I decided to take the plunge. In January of this year, I purchased the Minimal Phone MP1. In today's video, we're going to explore the Minimal Phone MP1. We're going to go over some of the specifications. I'm going to show you some of the features and some of the things I liked and didn't like about the phone. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you whether or not I plan on using this phone in the future. The Minimal Phone had been announced a year prior. Many people, including myself, had almost given up on ever seeing one. It was only after seeing unboxing videos from Adam over at Tech Odyssey, with Adam having a review unit 5 months ago, that I decided to order. So I ordered my Minimal Phone on January 4th of this year. And finally, the Minimal Phone arrived on my doorstep last Friday. I immediately unboxed the phone, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll post a link to it up here. But I unboxed it, got it all set up, and I have been using that phone exclusively since last week. The first thing I thought I'd talk about with the Minimal Phone is its design. The Minimal Phone to me is designed in such a way to be very reminiscent of phones like the BlackBerry and the Motorola Q9 series, where you've got a squarish type face with a physical keyboard. You've got dedicated buttons on the side here, volume up, volume down, and one for screen refresh. And on here you have the power button / fingerprint reader. On the bottom you can see that there is a USB-C charger along with an audio jack, which is very nice. Your SIM card tray also has an SD card in there, and I'm currently running a 256 gig SD card where I've dumped all of my music, so I can enjoy some good old-fashioned offline music listening without the need to worry about Wi-Fi or LTE connectivity. Now here we can see the size of the Minimal Phone MP1. I'm going to compare that first to my Z Flip 6. My Z Flip 6 does have a case on it, so it's not much thicker than that when the Z Flip 6 is open. But this is what it reminds me of. Old school Blackberries. This particular Blackberry Bold, while much smaller, has a very similar keyboard layout, and I wish that the Minimal Phone company had replicated the Alt keys verbatim here. It would have been nice to have parentheses and the symbols in the places that I can remember, because I used Blackberries for quite some time. The Minimal Phone MP1 also features a 4.3-inch e-ink display with 600 by 800 resolution. Under the hood you have a MediaTek MT6769 dual-core processor. I opted for the 6 gigs of RAM with the 128 gig ROM, but you can get an 8 gig 256 gig ROM, and honestly, if I were going to purchase the phone again, I'd probably pay the extra $100 to get that slight bump in storage. You've also got Android 14 pre-installed, with the Minimal Phone company offering 5 years of updates and patches. So that means you can download any app from the Google Play Store. While you can download any app, you're going to have a hard time running certain apps under certain conditions. I, for the most part, have been unable to run YouTube Music while connected to Android Auto in my car, either wired or wireless. And the same goes for other apps like Pulsar, which is a music app. And that particular app is only looking for music which is already on my phone. It also comes pre-installed with the Minimal Phone launcher. And after trying the launcher out, I decided to switch to the Indistractable launcher. I was having issues renaming applications in the menu. I have two different authenticator apps that are text-based, at least labeled Authenticator, and without the app icon, I can't tell if it's Google or Microsoft. So I would label one Authenticator G and Authenticator M, and invariably it would switch right back to Authenticator. Switching over to the Indistractable launcher, I do not have that same problem. Now, getting into the fact this phone is running Android 14, but it's on an older MediaTek processor and it's running on an e-ink screen, there are some issues you're going to run into. For me, some of the issues have been clarity when taking pictures. Like, I have no idea how clear the picture is going to be, or if I'm even focused on my subject. And that's not to say that all the footage you take with the Minimal Phone is going to be bad. As a matter of fact, here are some really good photos and videos that I've taken with the Minimal Phone. But then right next to them, I'm going to show some not so great photos as well. It seems kind of hit or miss, and especially in low light, this phone does not perform very well. And now for one final camera example, I'm going to show you what it looks like filming outside in good lighting using open camera. And while you might like the Minimal Phone for its distraction-free aspects, there are some things you should not expect from this phone. And finally, I wanted to show you what watching videos on YouTube would look like using the different refresh rates on the Minimal Phone. So what you're about to see is a YouTube short, and I'm going to switch in between the different refresh rates so you can see the difference in screen resolution. So as you can see, videos are playable, and depending on the refresh rate, you might actually be able to understand what you're watching. Not really the point of the phone, but just something I wanted to show you. So I'm 1 week in. What are my thoughts? Did I waste my money buying this phone? I really don't think so. I think that this phone fits a particular niche. Yes, it's got some issues. All of those issues are software related, and all of those issues can be patched with software updates. According to the Minimal company, they're going to be providing updates for this phone for the next 5 years. My plans for this phone, while I might not always use this as a primary phone, this phone might very well become my weekend phone. The I need to get away from work phone. The I don't need multi-factor authentication phone. The I don't want to be distracted, I just want to enjoy life phone. And then I can leave the Z Flip 6 and the OnePlus 12 to work as my weekday phones. I know this review was a bit longer than some of my others, and I thank you guys for sticking around to the very end of it. I wanted to be as thorough as possible because this is a Gen 1 phone from a brand new company, and it's a niche product. Not everybody's going to want a phone that does this. I love this phone for what it does, despite its issues. So I'm going to keep it, I'm going to keep using it, and I'm going to flip-flop back and forth as I see fit. If you guys have any questions about this phone or anything else on the channel, feel free to leave a comment down below. I do try to answer every comment as quickly as possible. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching. The best thing you can do to support this channel is to share this channel. If you like the content you see, share the content with your friends and have them subscribe too. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. My name is Bryant. This is Reviews for Nerds. Have a great day.